Sometimes in life, the gods smile upon you, my friends.
All right, guys, let's talk about Richtech Robotics sitting at the trend line here at 5.46. Have not bought in. The most important thing that I want to see is it going to hold, right? Is this going to hold here at the trend line? Because the moment this breaks down below the trend line, if the trend line does not hold, let me pull out the measuring stick here. If the trend line does not hold, what ends up happening is we can see here in the past we had this thing loves trends, right? It loves trends. But the moment that trend line breaks, what happens? What happened in the past when that trend line broke? It dropped like 30%. So historically speaking, anytime Richtech Robotics broke that trend line, it led to quite the downside, right? Here it led to a 35% drop. And keep in mind, it surged here from 50 cents to $5. As soon as it broke that trend line, it tanked like 20 to 30%, right? So we have a stock here that has a history of trending to the upside, holding a trend line, but the moment it breaks that, it just sells off like 20, 30%. And here we go. History is repeating, right? Oops. What am I doing? History is repeating. History is repeating here, and what do you see? A rinse and repeat, right? We're getting a rinse and repeat. Now the question is this going to hold? If it doesn't, we already know what's going to happen. I just showed it to you. That historically speaking, if this trend line breaks, we see a 20 to 30% drop, which would be bringing it down to like low fours. That's what it would be. I don't think it would sell off too hard, but the next support level is going to be at around, at least on the daily, is around 4. So 4 to 450 is going to be your big support level if this does not hold. So yeah, that's how I know like this is a critical point for this stock. If it wants to make that next leg up, it's going to have to hold here. The market has to hold itself as well. Because the market opened green, but if it comes down and it closes red, that's not good, right? If the market as a whole is going to start to come down again, despite the pump and the gap up, yeah. So that's kind of like what you need to look out for. Yeah, this trend, if it holds, I'm buying. But if it doesn't, like, why would I buy, right? I'm just going to hold 20% down. That doesn't make sense. Let's look at the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, kind of does look like a bear flag. Let me check the 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, buyers are showing up where you would expect, which is great. But yeah, it's still kind of same old, nothing has happened. Yeah, the drop, if it does not hold here, it would literally just drop down to 4 to 450. So that's like the risk. We measured our risk. Our risk is if we buy here and it doesn't hold, and unfortunately, if we get a gap down overnight, that's quite a drop. So no stop loss is going to save you. This is why I'm being very particular about my entry. Last time we came to the trend line, we actually just touched it and bounced immediately. Let me look at the weekly. Oh yeah, this is the first time. So green, red, green, green, red, green. This is the first time we've had multiple red weeks in a row. That's another thing to keep in mind. Notice how when the trend started, we had green, red, green, red, green, green, red, green, red. So what does that tell you? While we're trending, when the trend was strong, we were just pulling back for like a week, but then the following week it would be green. we had not only a big red week like this one, but it was not followed by a green week. It was followed by another big red candle, right? Green, red, green, red, green, 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 red, green, red. Nothing but red. 2 red weeks in a row. That's the first time this has happened. And then a third red week, possibly. We'll see. So there's already weakness from the buyers. And so they're stepping in and taking profit. So yeah, I exercise caution here. I'm still going to exercise caution. I'm bullish on it. That does not mean I'm just going to foolishly buy and hold a bag down. I said this last time. It's about being smart, man. It's not about being stupid. You're still going to make money if when the catalyst comes in October 28th, whenever they present the new robot, the humanoid robot. That should send it, because that happened last year. Last year when they made the same presentation and revealed the bartender robot. Yeah, we saw a huge surge, if I recall. So, Richtech Robotics NVIDIA GTC 2024, held in San Jose Convention Center, took place March 18th to 21st on 2024. So let's go check March 18 to 21st. Where's March 18? March is all the way back here. Where's March? There it is. So March 18 to 24. To 21st, what am I saying? So yeah, so you can see here a 4-day pump actually. So 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, not a 3-day pump. What was I thinking? Can't even do math. So yeah, there you go. And it moved 40%. About 40%. So that's why I'm saying, like, if this is gonna rinse and repeat, why wouldn't we just buy the day of the first day that they the first day of the conference and just sit on it? Because if we buy it open and it should close green, right? So, or you can buy the on Friday, and then yeah, it didn't gap up though. Here it actually didn't gap up. That's what's funny, because the Friday here was red, but there was no gap up. So I'm thinking this tells me that there's people that they're not buying until the actual conference starts. No one's actually buying in anticipation. So it is probably going to be better to just buy the day of. So yeah. So what, next week Monday we're just going to start buying, and it has to close green, right? Like, it wouldn't, if we buy on Monday and it doesn't close the green, if it doesn't follow this pattern of last year, right? 18 is the first date, 19, 20, 21, then the GTC conference comes to an end, and then it, tanks. So, yeah, it seems like a pattern to me. We'll see. It has to happen twice for me to call it a pattern, but we're going to try and take advantage of it if it happens again. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. Did they have one in 2020? Oh no, there was no 2023. There was no 2023. I was going to say, did they have one in 2023? But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. That's my thought process. That's it for the video. I will see you in the next one.